Hello, everyone. Welcome again to One Global Movement, where we speak from the heart for our children, young people, and women. Where we truly speak from the heart with our body, our soul, our spirit, and everything. Because this is what it takes to love, raise, and educate a child. It takes all of our entire being, our essence, our existence, our purpose. And it takes all of us, not just one person. Because what affects a child in Bangui, the village that I was born, affects a child everywhere in the world. We want to be able to make sure that when these children are studying, when they are traveling, when they are carrying out their adventures, even all of us, we should be able to fit in everywhere we go, knowing that this world was created for all of us. It was created for them. They should feel comfortable, safe, and feel wanted, feel loved anywhere they go in the world. So this is very, very important. But as always, and as we teach ourselves every day, so that our children can hopefully copy from us, we want to be able to put everything into the hands of the Creator. Everything, because without him, we can never be able to do anything. We can't even open our mouth. We can't even exist. So I urge that we do whatever you can in your way, in your language, anyway, because everything that we have is created by Almighty God. There is nothing like an idol worshiping, whether it is the wood, the animal, whether it is the river, whatever. These things are created by Almighty God for our own good and our own betterment. So there is nothing like somebody who say this is an idol worshiping, because those things they come to us according to the way God created us and according to our cultures, our traditions, and everything. And to me, I highly respect everything nature. I do. Like you see me in the woods with the animals and everything. So this is very, very important, and we need to teach our children that way. So let us offer a word of thanks to our Creator. Divine source of wisdom and light, we come before you with hearts full of gratitude and hope, lifting up the world leaders who have taken the mantle of responsibility to lead with courage, compassion, and integrity. We pray for your divine guidance to lead them as they fight tirelessly for the liberation of our children, youth, and women, opening doors of opportunity that will usher them into realms of financial, economic, and spiritual prosperity. Lord, grant these leaders the wisdom to make choices that honor your will for justice and equality, for life, for love, and for preservation. Guide them to advocate for policies that uplift, protect, and empower the young women and men of our world. Help them see beyond the present challenges to envision a future filled with possibility and progress for all, regardless of their their origin, regardless of the volume of their bank account, regardless of the color of their skin, regardless of whether they are rich or they're poor, regardless of anything, Lord. We all know that you created us as one creed, human race. And Lord, protect, lead, and guide these leaders to be able to protect these children that are suffering, women that are running with children. Lord, help us, because we are helpless if you do not put your thumb in whatever thing we are doing. Surround them with divine protection and strength. Guard their hearts from distractions and negativity, and grant them the clarity to stay focused on their mission to break the chains of poverty, inequality, and limitation, leading the way to a brighter, more prosperous tomorrow. May they be inspired to steer the hearts of the youth towards understanding the importance of financial literacy, economic freedom, and spiritual fulfillment, not just for themselves, but for their families, their environments, and the world. Let their actions ignite a movement of transformation where prosperity is not only a dream, but a reality that reaches every corner of the earth. Pour out your wisdom upon these leaders. Fill them with compassion for the people they serve, and empower them to make decisions that honor their potential you have placed within each individual. Guide them to create systems that foster equality, independence, and growth for women and young people alike, so that every child, every young woman, every young person, or every young man can step into the fullness of their purpose. Lord, let them seek to preserve lives instead of destroying. Let them seek to build instead of breaking. Let them seek to do things that surround humanity. Lord, to love one another, to do accordingly in truth and integrity for the purpose of preserving our children. Lord, we pray for a world where financial, economic, and spiritual freedom for women, children, and the youth is attained not by the barrel of the gun, or by looting or stealing, or by lying, or by oppression and exploitation, but by love, discernment, truth, and respect for one another. Lord, heal our land, purge it from all human impurities. Protect our children and young people. Forgive us and let us purge greed and covetousness out of our systems. We ask for your favor, protection, and anointing upon all those striving to lead and protect our future generations. Let their efforts bear fruit, and may their influence extend far and wide, opening doors to prosperity in every nation under the sun, every village, every community, every home, and embracing all young people. Lord, as we speak, the world is in a situation of chaos, Lord. Guard us, guard our leaders, guard our children, guard the mothers that are running for safety. Lord, we dedicate everything into your hands. We have more than enough, we have plenty. We can exchange, we can help one another instead of oppressing and with the show of strength. Lord, help us that love should be the strength that we need, that compassion and empathy should be what we should use to reach one another rather than otherwise. In your holy name, Lord, we pray for hope, strength, and victory for all leaders and our children. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Powerful, sister.
Oh,
Yes, I'm
Sister,
going to.
yeah.
I'm good.
Uh,
Can you
uh,
hear me? Okay,
yes.
Melanie. Okay.
Hello,
Hello.
sisters.
Hello. Hello.
Let me say
I'm going to agree with you that we should cast down that spirit of scarcity, which leads to competition and the viciousness that we see, because that's where it starts, right? That this idea that there is no scarcity, no matter what the world tells you, there is more than enough for all of us, and there always will be, because our source and supply is from the Creator. Okay, so I'm totally agreeing with you, sister. So if you want to say something more, please do go ahead. I always,
thank you so much. Welcome, Melanie.
if you, yeah, if you want me to
Thank
go
you,
right.
Sister
I
Yvonne.
urge each and everyone here, please, stretch out and do something. Remember, even the 50 cents that you see on the road, you can pick it up. It's going to be something huge for a child somewhere.
Somewhere else, but somewhere else, yes. Mhm.
Please do not waste, do not negate anything. Because as I we dive deep into helping women and children and young people, a lot is happening in the world that we are not aware of,
Mhm.
because sometimes those things are not brought to our attention, or if they do, they are distorted or brought in ways that we don't understand. I urge
Mhm.
us to seek to know who we are, to seek to know our history, and know that history so that you can use it to build, not to destroy. Seek to know what you can do for others. Pray for our leaders. Those leaders are there for a reason. But we can also pray for them to do what is right, because what is right for a child in one place is right for all children in the world. Please look across the Atlantic Ocean. Just like this thing, because everybody's watching, they too should be able to look across the Atlantic Ocean, because what we have in the United States here, others don't have. What they have where they are, the United States doesn't have. So we want to create that balance. That balance, what can I do to exchange for what I don't have so that I can have what I need, and
Yes.
everybody else can do that. That is the way we can bring peace. We can bring reconciliation. We can bring love. We can bring the wealth that we want to help our children build. And let us do this from the heart, the good side of our heart. Let us do this like we mean it.
Mm-hmm.
Because as I say, it's like I should bust out crying, but I don't want to do that because a lot is going on in the world, and they
Yeah.
contact me a lot of times, and I can't even reach everyone because of my
Mm-hmm.
resources. So that is what
Mm-hmm.
I'm really urging, and we're going to start doing something here because since One Global Movement is a registered thing with the federal government, we will
Mm-hmm.
do something that if people can do something, no matter how, even if it is 25 cents, contribute so that we can start helping these children. So this is very important. And the topic for today has been chosen so well to match exactly what we are talking about and all of our topics, of course. So we are in One Global Movement Revolution Part 330. Financial freedom starts here. Here means with you, within
Yes.
you. It doesn't say here in your environment. It starts with us, with ourselves.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Money management for young people with a focus on young women. We always say young women because we know that women have been so deprived for
Yes.
centuries. We know that. And it's still going on. Even right here in the United States, it's
Oh,
going
yeah.
on everywhere, but in some areas they are worst because
Mm-hmm.
being we have rights, birth rights, just like any other person. We have inalienable rights that can never be taken away from any human being. So the
Right.
woman has the right to be financially free, to have affluence of finances and wealth of all forms, because when the woman does, the children will grow up to imitate that and also do the same. But you're not just doing that for yourself, you're doing it for others,
Mm-hmm.
because there is, if you die today, all the money, all the wealth that you have, it's going to just go to waste. So why accumulate that and why not help others is what I am here for. Because what you see here today is as a result of parents that came together to love, to raise, and to educate, and to make sure that I do what we are doing here today, which is what we are supposed to be doing because that's what we've been called by God to
Yes.
do. So this is very important that we do all of these things. So, um, you know, permit me to begin by saying this. Financial freedom is a fundamental human right. I repeat it. It
It
is
is.
a fundamental human right. And the
It
finances
is.
starts within us, with our knowledge, with what we think, with embracing the fact that we were born with plenty. We were born with greatness. Teaching young women and young people today builds a world of confidence,
It does.
empowered leaders tomorrow. Well, you see how sometimes when you don't have, some people say I'm broke. No, I don't always say I'm broke. I say I am taking care of something for now before I go to the next level. I don't want to say I'm broke,
No, you
because
shouldn't.
if
Yeah.
you will not be breathing, right?
Yeah.
You're not broke at all. We put it, it's
No.
of the
No.
mind. And
No.
so
No.
this is very, very important. It starts now. It starts
It does.
right now. Think
It
about
does.
what can I do? Oh, what can I do? Go online and research organizations that are helping young people and children and women.
Yeah.
Please do something. Do something. It's not just one
Absolutely.
global movement.
Absolutely.
You could do what comes from your heart. What is your heart willing to do? That's what you're not doing because somebody is doing it or you're trying to compete with somebody. You're doing it as a result of what comes from your heart. And from today, don't waste a penny. If you see it, pick it up. Pick it up. The truth, because people just dump those things when there are people that are hungry. 10
Yeah.
cents can buy a meal for a child somewhere. I'm telling you.
Surely.
Very,
Surely.
very important that we do that.
Mm.
It starts with a coin, it grows to a crown. Just a coin,
Yes.
and it grows to a crown for a child. A young woman's courage turns kingdoms around. At One Global Movement, we rise together and we rise together and we are roaring every day. We are roaring through what we are doing. That financial freedom is knocking. Open the door. Open your door. Don't bring that
Yes.
mindset. Open your door. It will come. Affirmations. Prophesy it. Do something when you wake up in the morning and say, today it's going to be a successful day. I am going to be successful indeed. Those things, they happen. Okay. They really do.
Mhm.
So money mindset anthem. Have an anthem. What is your money mindset anthem? You have to have that. Dollars or dreams, you don't have to choose. With wisdom and work, you will never lose. You will never lose. But it has to come from the heart. At One Global Movement, young queens and queens are crowned. They are crowned with pockets of purpose and hearts unfound, filled with finances, filled with wealth, filled with happiness. It is us. It takes all of us here. So I'm going to give the stage to our beautiful sister. Uh, uh, this is your day. Go ahead and perform your magic.
Okay, thank you. You know, the first thing we're going to do is to read the mission and vision, the vision and mission of One Global Movement. I just want to say that yes, financial freedom is, as far as I'm concerned, a right. And it doesn't mean the same thing for everybody, because some people will say that they need millions and millions, and some people just need to have enough to go about their lives responsibly. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So the vision and mission of statement of One Global Movement will support any organization, group, or individual that aligns with its own vision and mission, which is as follows. The mission of One Global Movement is to empower young people, children, and women worldwide with a focus on young women, providing them with the tools and sustainable solutions that will help them to eradicate hunger, illiteracy, and poverty, to build generational wealth while living a life of leadership and purpose. We believe that every child deserves access to nutritious food, quality education, and opportunities to thrive. So, through global collaborative efforts, innovative programs, and community engagement programs, we strive to break the cycle of hunger, illiteracy, poverty, and build a future where every child can build on their own hopes and dreams while reaching their full potential. Together, through divine intervention, love, and clean, safe, and valuable technology, we can create a world where no child goes to bed hungry, no child is denied an education, and no child is limited to poverty or to any condition that is not of their own making. It is possible. Our gratitude and tribute always goes to our CEO for bringing this world family together for the purpose of providing solutions to all sectors of the global economy, beginning with our children. We thank him and his well chosen building team, and we love you all and wish you eventual success. And that is our vision and mission. And
Thank you.
today we're talking about money again, and money, especially with the focus on having the young woman acquire that. So, as Sister has said many times, the actual title is Financial Freedom Starts Here, but it's here with
Mhm.
you, in you. The mindset, money management for young people with a focus on the young woman. And so I welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us to support One Global Movement vision and mission, as was just shared with you. I'm very excited to discuss this with you, another very impactful topic. And yes, financial freedom isn't just a dream, not a wish, it's not a hope, it's a destination that can absolutely be attained. And one thing we do have now are plenty of role models, and we have access to them because the internet is there, and anybody in any language just about can go and research it. So please, let us not come with any more excuses. I'm going to be encouraging everybody. This concept, especially when it is taught and implemented earlier rather than later, it is foundational. It is a foundational implementation that grows stronger over time. The
Mhm.
Bible encourages us to find worthwhile work that will enable us to earn and look after ourselves, our families, and to help those in need. It says we should be effective stewards and not a burden on others. This is found in the book of Thessalonians. We're talking about independence. This is basically what this topic could also be called, right? So let's start with this quote from Susie Orman. She is an American financial advisor, and she is totally brutal and honest when it comes to especially women earning and having finances. She says, owning your power means taking responsibility for your life and making smart choices, especially with your money. So today, let us explore how you can own that power starting right now. And right now, we're talking focus on young people, but you can start whenever you need to, whenever you get the idea that this is my job, my financial security. So, why financial freedom matters, and indeed, what is financial freedom? It's not just about being rich, it's about having enough and knowing how to manage it so that money is your tool. It's not your God, it's not your master, it's not your enemy. It's a tool, a resource. Financial freedom means freedom to choose the life you want, freedom from panic when unexpected expenses pop up, freedom to say yes to dreams like education, travel, entrepreneurship, family, and giving back. Remember, we're all kingdom builders as well, right? So we have to share and give back. Why focus on young women? Because historically, as you said, sister, women have faced more financial hurdles than others. The wage gap, limited financial education, societal expectations around money and dependency, cultural norms. Today, you have the power to change that story. As the author Gloria Steinem put it, rich people plan for 3 generations or more, poor people plan for Saturday night. It's all gone by the next day. You're here because you're thinking 3 generations ahead. That's what I'm saying to the audience, right? And then in part 2, I talk about 5 pillars of smart money management. So let's talk about the 5 pillars you can start building today. Budgeting is power. A budget is simply a plan for your money, it's not a punishment. Track your income and expenses. Prioritize needs over wants. There are many apps you can use, and I have a few of them here. Apps like Mint and YNAB, you need a budget, or even a single notebook, a simple notebook. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, right? And there's a quote that says, a budget is telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. Isn't that cute? This is John Maxwell, right? And then save before you spend, which is where the budgeting, the 10-10-10, which I spoke about. But as we talk, there are different ways of doing that because I think you have a different way of saying it, sister. But whatever it is, save before you spend and always pay yourself first, even if it's just $5 a week. Build an emergency fund. It says aim for at least 3 to 6 months worth of expenses, but you can aim for more than that because the way things are going, money is really, really quite important to keep your life from going out of whack. Tip, set up an automatic transfer to your savings account so it goes right there. You don't have to do anything, right? And a quote says, do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving. This is Warren Buffett, and he should know, right? Smart debt management. Not all debt is bad debt. Example, student loans can be investment, right? But you should avoid high interest debit debts like credit cards. I mean, we spoke about this before, sister.
Yes.
People unconscionable go to schools or universities and get these young people to sign up for these cards, and they have no idea what they're doing, and then they get into these horrible, horrible debt that they can't get out of.
Yeah.
Right? It says live below your means, and that's true. Some people think that's not right, but don't spend everything you have. A tip is if you must use credit, pay it off in full each month because the interest only accrues and it's wasteful. The borrower is the slave to the lender. That's Proverbs 22:7.
Yep.
Freedom starts with being free from toxic debt. Toxic debt is those astronomical interests, like actually 3 figures of interest sometimes if you don't watch it, right? Invest early and wisely. Thanks to compounding interest, the earlier you invest, the more money grows. Start with retirement accounts like IRAs or 401ks if they're available. Tip, learn about low-cost index funds, simple and powerful. Another quote, someone is sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. This is always also from Warren Buffett, okay? Financial education never stops. Learn continuously. Read books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki or Clever Girl Finance by Bola Sukumbi. Attend webinars, follow financial educators on social media. Spend just 15 minutes a day learning about money. It does add up, makes you very smart and wise with your money. A quote, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. That's what Benjamin Franklin had to say. Mindset matters, especially for our young women because they're behind. Let's face it, right? Because of all kinds of reasons. Money mindset is everything. You must believe you are worthy of financial freedom, and that is why it starts in the mind. You must believe you are worthy of this. Sometimes women are socialized to think, I'm not good with money. It's rude to talk about finances. Someone else will take care of it. Reject those myths. You are capable, you are worthy, and you are the architect of your financial future. This quote by Virginia Woolf says, a woman must have money and a room of her own if she's to write fiction. No, I know it's kind of tongue in cheek because not everybody's going to write fiction. But what she's saying is you must have your independence, somewhere to call your own that you pay for, right? And have money.
Yep.
So you can have some time. If that's true for writing, imagine how much truer it is for living your dreams. So practical steps you can take today. Before you leave today, commit to doing at least one of these. Open a savings account if you don't have one. Set up a simple budget. Start reading a personal finance book. Automate saving $10 per week. Listen to a personal finance broadcast during your commute. Small steps compound over time. Financial freedom isn't a giant leap. It's a series of small, consistent steps. So let's finish with this. Financial freedom is not about how much money you make. It's about how much you keep, how hard it works for you, and how many generations you keep it for. Start today. Have the power to own your future. Money is not your enemy, it's your servant. Let's manage it wisely, invest it smartly, and build a life of freedom.
Yep.
That's it, sister, for now. So please add yours.
Melanie.
Add
Thank
yours,
you very
sister.
much. Yeah, money is afraid of me right now. Anyhow,
Don't say that. That's even a joke. Don't.
no, I know. This is I'm not beating myself, but that's the truth right now.
I know that's how it
Yeah,
feels sometimes.
yeah,
We
I
all
know.
have.
But yeah, I should be positive. Yes. So let me
Yeah,
be positive for 1
That's why
minute.
you're
Okay.
shining. Look at, there's money all over you.
Oh boy.
exactly.
Thank you, sisters. You know what? It's good to budget. I used to be one budgeting big time, and I had good savings. But like I think the last topic was similar, right?
Yes,
But it
yes,
it all went back into things that I had to pay. But anyhow, we don't look back; we continue on, right?
Right.
yes,
And it's a bit of a struggle. I'm not thinking just myself, but I know the world is in a struggle.
yes, yes.
While there may be those who have enough or they have they can dip into their bank or the pocket every day or
Mm-hmm.
as often, some of us are really struggling even if we are working.
I
I'm
know.
in that deep right now. I mean, I'll get out of it being on the positive side, but right now, yes. But for
Mm-hmm.
a young person, I would say, the school loans? I
Mm-hmm.
was there one time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they get you sucked in. Once you put your pen to paper and your name is on it and you're getting easy money, because I call
Mm-hmm.
it easy money because it's a big amount. You feel you can go on a holiday, a vacation. Some people don't even finish their school and they go on vacation or they buy a car. Next
Yeah.
thing what happens? Interest grows. And we are stuck. I wasn't stuck because I had a home at the time. So it went into collateral. It went
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
that and I was able to pay it faster. But
Mm-hmm.
I feel for the young people now because some who have parents or, they maybe have a little job and they're smart in investing. That's good. But there's a lot of them that get sucked in with the system when it comes to student loans. That's one of those.
Absolutely.
And what I would suggest to a young person or younger boy, a girl. We're talking about women, but boys are included, right?
Of course, yes.
There's grants. I don't know how much they're offering it now as opposed to the straight up loans, but the grants, they'll offer it in small amounts, but at least, if you're in college or university, each semester you get an amount, small, but it can pay up for that particular part of the program. And if they give it in 12, what do you call it? 12 months, when you're done, you don't owe that. And not too many people get that grant. I don't know how you have to qualify before they will check in your living situation and all those things that plays a factor. But now I don't know. But
They
I
do.
think,
They do.
yeah, grant as opposed to loans is a better choice for a young person now. And even where I work, a lot of young people tell me to refer them, like family members or friends of children of friends. And I refer them and they don't call them. They call one or two and that's it. And they don't last. Why? And so when I reach out to them, they will say, okay, I was in a student loan. I have student debt. So they're checking all those things now.
Yes, they do.
And I think it's so wrong because if a young person, they went to college, they don't have the money, but they want to upgrade themselves by getting further in their education. Why penalize them when they need a job to pay that loan? And that's where the financial setback comes in. Instead, they penalize them and they check in their credit.
Yes.
Why are you checking their credit? Because they would have a credit if they go into a loan. It's going to be that, and they need to get out of the loan by having a job to pay it. I asked my supervisor one time, why are you all not hiring the young people? Because I'm big for the young people. Like, give them a job so they can pay their loan. Oh, because it's based now on credit. It's the stupidest thing I've ever.
Oh my! So it's a catch-22.
Yeah,
Oh,
stupidest thing I've ever come across. And it's not too long ago they started implementing that. Okay. And like you said, Sister Yvonne, I think one of you mentioned the credit card.
yes.
It gets us sucked in, and I try now to take low limits, 300, 500, so I know I can pay it faster. However, a young person, especially if they're not working, they get a credit card. Ooh, I got the flashing plastic. They'll
Well,
go, they'll buy this.
this is
Next
where the
thing,
education comes in there, sister. The education.
entry,
Yes, yes,
and they are
yes,
stuck. And then they
yes,
have that little sad face because
yes.
now I have to pay back. They don't, Uncle Sam don't give you a plastic card for nothing.
No.
You have to work for you to
Yep.
pay for it.
Yes, it's a very bad thing that they do, and I always was against it here when
Yeah,
I started. Canada here has it too. People are they're going out on the universities. They know, as you said, that these young people, first of all, they don't know anything about. They have right, Sister Mundih, they have no financial literacy training because it's not one of the topics they're learning in school, and their
exactly.
parents might not have spoken to them about it, and then they're thinking, oh, a credit card. But a credit card is not your money. That's the thing. It is not your money, and you're required to pay it back. And so, because of the lack of financial literacy, they now get themselves in debt, and they are going to leave school already with debts, and worse, bad credit. So that follows you everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's up to us to handle ourselves properly when it comes to money and everything else, indeed, and be very open and authentic with what we talk to our young people about. Don't pretend. Some people are living way beyond their means, and nobody wonders how it's happening. And then the child goes out and think, oh, it's easy. It is not easy because your family members, your parents are probably very stressed about money. They don't share that with you, and you are not going to learn it in school. They will tell you how to go out and become big business tycoons or whatever, but they never tell you how it's done. And you're
Yeah.
not going to do that with that kind of a bad credit hanging over your head. You have to govern yourselves properly. Be wise, right? Do without, as it says.
And the loan institutions and the bank, they know that. They know we don't read the fine print.
There
Yes.
you
The
go.
agreement below, because we see loan, we are looking at the amount and we don't look at the fine print. And who takes time to read a fine print? It's a long thing. So you see that little part where you say, okay, yes, the check mark, and you sign away. Next thing and they said, it is written in It is written in the agreement. Did you take your time to read it?
Yeah.
Did you take your time to read it?
But it comes back to the education, and we
Yeah.
now, if we're the responsible adult, it's up to us to say. And Sister Mundih will tell you. I mean, her son, I guess, Al doesn't really do anything there without discussing things with you. So you
No,
have,
never.
yeah, you have to have that kind of a relationship with your. I would like to see somebody try and trap me again I'm not saying we're perfect, but that's not going to happen. They're not going to trap her into any kind of a, overpayment and easy money and whatever it is, because she knows. She knows. I remember, as I told you over and over, the first time I was going with her, and she said, "Let's just get the money from that bank." I said, "I don't have the money in that bank."
And that's how kids think, though.
Yes,
We talk
exactly.
about they're luring these children into all of those credit cards. They don't even just go to the university. They start from high school.
They
They
do.
Yeah.
start right there.
They do.
They go, and the thing is, we are living in a world of deception. You're
Yep.
deceiving
Mm-hmm.
people
Yep.
because why would you want a child is 18? The fact that the child is 18 that they cannot discuss things with their parents or their families before doing it. You're telling them you are an adult now, you are this. That is so wrong. That is
Yep.
you're disconnecting the family. You are putting a divide in the family so that
Yes.
you can achieve your own goal. To me, this is greed. Because
Again.
whether your
Yes.
child is 100 years, is still your child. Because
Yes.
families are supposed to work together. And just so we know, financial literacy starts very young.
It does.
The piggy banks to the young
Yes.
mothers and fathers, get the piggy banks. When your child, some kids, they are very smart, 7, 8 months old, they're already running around and be doing things and climbing things. Kids
Yes.
get attracted to things like funny faces like the piggy bank and the
Yes.
coins
True.
or switches. They are so curious. They want to know. So what
True.
I did, because I learned that my parents, my grandmother and my mother in particular, they taught us in the village, you're being taught how to invest from a
Mm-hmm.
very young,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
very young. And so there was never a time, I'm just saying this as an example, not anything to be proud about. There was never a time in my account, post office account in the university without having $400 to $600.
There
That
you
is
go.
huge money in my
You there.
service
Yes.
company. That's
Yes.
about half a million. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Uh-huh. So
Absolutely.
and I was taught to be frugal. If you don't need anything, don't go for it. Don't buy things
Exactly.
without budgeting. But did I listen? No. I had to do because kids have to experiment first. They don't just
Yes.
right. And
Yes.
then when you experiment and then you get bitten and now you fall back to good values. I wasn't listening because I was so much into shoes, into these, and I'm like, what am I doing with these things? I get fed up with those things very quickly. I'm like, no,
Yes.
no more.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so we have to begin this conversation very young.
We do.
Financial
We do.
literacy is so important because this is the one thing that impacts all of us, our lives. This
Yes.
is the one thing that ruin relationships is the finances.
Yes.
Very,
Yes.
very important because when a child is 7, 8 months, tell them you do it first, not just telling them because you have to have a piggy bank anyway.
You
So
should. Absolutely.
I slot my quarters a lot in somewhere,
Yes.
and,
Yes.
and and I have them, and then after some time I take to the bank. So when you do that, the kids will be attracted. They want to do it too. So you give them,
Absolutely.
here's your own piggy
Yes.
bank. I have about 7 piggy banks. I've given out a lot of
There you go. I love it.
children. I buy piggy banks and I distribute them to children.
Yes. Yes.
And then
Yes.
you're not just distributing them. I start with $1, put them 4 quarters, and then so that the parents can then continue. So it's up to us, the parents,
It
teach
is.
very,
It
very
is.
young.
Yes.
Before you know, they slot that money. This one is full. They'll be clapping. They'll be so happy. And then
Yes.
when it's about 3, 4, 5, take it to the bank. What age?
Yes.
You know how, the developmental stage of your own child. You know if, okay, this child can do this. Let me open an account. With my son, I opened an account for him. We went to the bank. He was so happy to take it to the bank.
I
And he
can
was so happy to have an
imagine.
account. They say, how did you keep all this money? He opened an account with
Yes.
money, but my name was there because he was still a minor.
Yeah, he was still a minor, yes. But
It is so important.
You
Go
know
ahead.
something, sister? Doing that is fun and certainly gets them motivated. But when you tell them why we're doing it, because money is freedom to travel this world as you see fit, right? You need to be able to be responsible for yourself. Sister Melanie talked about going on vacation, all those things that you want to do, higher education. And that's what money does. It's not a God, as I said. It's not your, it's nothing like worshipful. It's nothing. It's how you travel through this world as a
Yes.
responsible adult. That's all it is. There's something now insidious coming because young people are becoming so disillusioned. Some of them. You have some who are like the ones, but there's something, they just fed up. They don't know. They have no purpose. They feel lost. There's an epidemic thing called doom spending that they do. They just make the money, spend the money, make the money. They just buy gadgets and devices and things that, as you said, things they don't really need. It's not shoes and clothes like you were saying you were doing, but they're buying devices and foolish things because they're hopeless, right?
Yes. They are homeless.
And
Yes.
no amount of money will really satisfy that now. So
No,
that's a
no.
whole different thing you have to address.
You
But
created
as
them to follow in those children.
yes, doom selling, doom scrolling, doom shopping, all kinds of words they apply to it. But it means hopelessness. And it's very sad because young people should not feel that way, right?
Yes.
They haven't even lived yet.
Yes, yes, and let's watch out. You can start building your child's credit, financial history when he's still like 13, 14, 15, but you put
You
them
can,
under
yes,
your own credit
yes.
card because that's what I did with my son.
There you
And
go.
his credit is very good. He started, I put him 15 years old under me, and now
Yes.
two credit card. But I taught him, you use this according to how you can pay at the end of the month, everything.
There you go.
Yes.
Yes.
But did
That's
he listen? No. They don't listen at first because
They
they'll be
don't
like,
always listen,
no,
sister.
I
They
have
do
to
not.
try the other things first. So once
Yes.
he really save his money, and then he's so much into buying building materials. He's an engineer. He likes to construct things, to build this, to do
So
this.
yes,
Those
he's
things are
spending
good.
it wisely,
So
but
you have
yeah.
to keep some money. But in case of an emergency, he spent $2,000 within 2 weeks. I'm like, no, these things have to go. I'm putting them in the garbage right now. This have to go. I was so mad. I'm saying, who does that? And I told myself, I did it too before. But when
Yeah.
they do that, they learn. So my son is so frugal now. And when we go to the market, because women like to look this, look that, look that,
Yeah.
we already put our list down. Then you go, you start looking and say, Mommy, we didn't come here for this.
Yes.
Like this towards the cashier. And the people will be laughing at us in the store. I said, sometimes I get up and I said, stop. I give him the looks. I said, stop it, And so now I learn not to. I have learned to repeat my things. There are some things with that my son is 24. He turned 24. There are some tops with me that I still have up to today that I bought for 50.
Yes, of course. Of
50
course.
from the thrift store. It depends on your eyes. If you have good eyes, you will see
You will
good
find the good things.
things. Those things
Yes,
are still there.
absolutely.
What is the
Yes.
essence of that?
I
All
know.
my glasses and bowls, when I buy things, I was doing garage sale to raise money for this, to help children with
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
There are still some of those things here. These are the things that I can also send to mothers to have those things in their homes.
Absolutely.
So it's
Absolutely.
a lot. We need to teach our children. Those fine prints are not good. For me, if you ask me, if I'm the leader of a country, I would say those fine prints should not be there. You need to explain things very well, and they do it in
Absolutely.
a way that you strain your eyes is going to hurt, and you're gonna leave
And
it.
they know very well it's a system. They know you're going to
Yes.
get fed up. Even now, when they send you these 6, 7, 8 pages, when you buy one little page of insurance, this and everything is all terminology and fine print, and they know you're going to. But the thing is, the minute you do that, I was just reading a book. It's called. Everybody should read it. I think it's called "Scam Me If You Can," and it's not just about cyber scamming. It's about all the little things they do when they phone you and they tell you this person is in the jail and they've been kept and you have to pay bail and all kinds of stuff that they do. But more often than not, they send you these paper written in long prose like that, and you don't have the time. Who has the time to go to that, as Sister Melanie was saying? And that's how they trap you. You better make the time because they're coming after you as soon as they can, and they're
Yeah.
relentless.
Yes.
Okay,
And
and make your life a
Melanie, you
living
talk
hell.
about your student loan. I have it right here, but I have
Yes.
knowledge. If
Yeah.
not of my accident, I would have even been
You would
done
have
with
paid
it.
it off by now.
But I'm
Exactly. And that's an
still to pay.
extenuating
And
circumstance.
so,
We understand that.
yes,
Yeah.
with my
Yeah.
son, I said no. And he made that decision by himself. He said, Mommy, when I'm done with my bachelor's, I'm going to work for 1 year and then pay
And get some money. Good
before
for
I do
him.
my master's. But the tendency is that when you get with a good company, they're going to pay for you now and even pay plus the past loan. But he
That's
had a lot
good.
of grants, but a lot of time those grants are not easy to come by anymore.
Oh, I know.
No.
That's what Sister
Yeah.
Melanie was just saying.
The
And the
advertising, the law. Oh, so you are happy. Maybe they're giving to some people and not to some. I don't know, because what is the essence of saying that, but they are not available? So it
I
is so
think sometimes
important.
it has to do with the course of study, because I mean, it's actuarial. It's based on like how you're going to come out to get a job, how fast you're going to be earning. So it's sometimes it's based on the course of study that you're involved in. If you're
Okay.
taking something like creative, they don't care about that. But if you're going to be taking, I think his course should be good. If you're going to be coming out and going into the earning stream, the employment stream right away, then they know they have a good chance of getting back their money. So all those things come into play, sister. It's a game. It's a game.
For the grants, sometimes they pick and choose.
Yeah.
I was much younger when I started that entrepreneurship, right? As I was saying, and we had to enter some government small program from 9 to whatever time, but almost the whole day.
Yeah.
Well, I have to speak for myself, but I met 25 of us together when we went there, right? Different walks of life. So I had to fill a form online. The form was very long. I thought I would never end up finishing filling it.
Yeah.
And it was, everything from your name and all that, and why you think you would be chosen for the grant and all that. It was
Yeah.
to do with entrepreneurship, and it's specifically to one of the stores, the Shopify thing, right?
Okay.
So I went and we did everything, and the lady she was touching on some points and all that. We listened well. They never said a certain group of people would be selected to get that $5,000. When that little program was ended, guess what? Out of the 25, only 3 people got the 5,000. I was so disappointed.
3 people. That's not very good
3
odds.
people. Yes, and then everybody is mumbling and they left to go to their home. And I'm saying, well, I wasted my hours just to get that. Yeah.
I support what you're saying, because I just about a month ago I filled out a grant application for One Global Movement. I never filled one before. It was just too much. I was so tired. It took hours, but then they refused. What is all that? And now there are people that are making money
Saying
by
that they will do it for you.
they'll
Yeah.
still do it for you, and
Yeah.
it's not cheap. So everything is politicized, and we are living in a capitalistic world. Everything
Yes.
Absolutely.
goes that way. So the one thing that we can certainly do for sure, especially those of us that are still going to be having children, even those of us who have, the grandchildren are coming too.
Sure.
We got to start very young financial literacy.
Yes.
We
Yes.
anchor their mind right there and not spending anyhow. Don't give your money where you don't see the value or the purpose of your money. You help
Absolutely.
people. I am guilty, because one of my brothers, I spend and spend and spend with the hope that he would change. He never changed.
You never did.
So now I decided to say no. Make sure when you give money, they're investing that money in something. Don't just give money
Absolutely.
for people to go and eat. Or if they don't have food, that's okay. You give them $5, for instance. Let them pay themselves first. Paying themselves first is to take a part of that $5 and put it in your piggy bank or somewhere that you will not touch. You
Yes.
every day. I've been home for almost 3 years. If I did not save, who stays for almost 3 years without working?
I know, sister, you've done well. Very
So
well.
I
Yes.
congratulate myself, but
Yes, you
I'm
got to be congratulated. Yeah.
to help other people. Like, you can, if your child, what does your child like to do? Like for me, I know Al, very young, from a toddler, he was going to be an engineer. During a holidays, we'll take him to a garage sale. He will go and buy a wheelbarrow, a raggedy wheelbarrow that is rusted. He likes to paint. He paint, fix it, and then put the American flag there or do something.
Or whatever. Yes, he's
Wow.
creative like that.
Price it
Yeah.
for $5, five. Then turn around and sold it for $35 after
There you
putting
go.
Oh,
There you go.
remove
That's an
all
entrepreneur. That's
the
an entrepreneur.
so
wow.
then he start buying pens, some kind of special pens. He would knock from door to door selling those pens. He said, "I'm raising money for school." I'm
There
telling
you
you
go.
now.
That's
He
how it's
writes
done.
books. These books he wrote them mostly for children, especially at the St. Jude's Children's Hospital. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he's raising money too from those books for his school and also to help those kids because he contributes every month, you know. So
Right.
there are so many things. Let us not look up there because a lot of the things are around us. What can
True.
you do? Let the child think. Think
Mm-hmm.
together with the child. Come out with what can we do that we can sell that will bring us money. You're talking
Sure.
about online entrepreneurial thing. I congratulate you because I'm trying for a way to start selling little things because there are things that I can sell. Even this
Yes.
one river movement garden, it's a huge garden. I want a way that I can advertise those things online for
Yep.
people to
Yep.
see
Yep.
and buy so that we can raise money. We can do a lot in this life. We can come like you sometimes say, Sister Melanie, we buy a raggedy home, abandoned home, we fix it, we sell it, and take money
Yes.
and do some other things. A lot of
Yes.
things that we can do. We just need to come together because
Yeah.
one person, two people cannot do this kind. But
No.
let us, these kids, anchor them. Let them know what they're doing with their money. Don't let them. My son sometimes says, "Oh, my money is coming, my check is coming." I said, "No, I don't want to ever hear that. I'm your mother right now. I'm going to speak with the tone of a mother. Don't ever say my check is coming. Then
Yeah.
you empty your bank account because a check is coming.
No.
Let's
No.
diminish that language. Always save. Have money 6 months if you can.
Yes.
In case of something,
You're
then
laughing, Sister
go back.
Melanie.
Now I'm gonna share a story. It's a true story for a young
Go ahead.
person.
Go ahead.
Okay. My son, when he turned 18, there was some money that was owed to him, and it was a couple of thousands. Okay. So I was with him at the bank and I was trying to get the lady's attention, the bank teller, to at least let me sign so that way he can utilize his money wisely. He said, no,
Yes.
he's 18 and he's responsible. Yes, he's responsible. Guess what? We went to the States, Pennsylvania, to shop. My boy, in each line, in each aisle, in the men's
Yeah.
aisle, jackets, nice. He used to like brand name. Now he's still on it. Brand name this, brand name that, and he's pulling the two buggies feel like. So we're laughing our heads
What?
up. Where are you going with that? You're gonna waste your money on what? Clothes? And they're changing it. He said, no, it's my money. So I said, I know it's your money, but the bank teller didn't listen to me. I said to her, it's a young person. What do you think he's going to do? Just use the money. Next thing I know, my boy went and buy a 40-something inch television. At that time, it was the big ones, right?
Yes.
He's going to buy it. He bought it. And then, so when he came with it, then he and his friend, so you have a little bit of money, so friends know you, right? So
Yeah.
the friend, the friend came with him. Next thing he said, Mom, I'm gonna take it back. I said, but I told you, you thought I was gonna use your money. So he brought it back. Guess what? The man cheated him
Oh,
at the store. The
Yeah.
man sold it next to nothing. He bought it next to nothing. Now for now. So I said, there you learn your lesson. If I had
yes.
held the money for you, then you would have known. So we have to really be after our kids. Although now kids are different. They will
Yeah.
store it away from you, will not even know if they have it. So we have to really show them what we did, the mistake we made, because I made mistakes. If I had I can say I had good money in my hand a couple of
Yeah.
times, but I
Yes.
used it on nice things, nice
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
clothes, nice shoes, brand name.
Me too.
Yeah.
Where where
But,
are these things?
but the
Oh,
one thing
wait,
I like
you
is
know?
I don't
You
care
see,
about those brands.
as I said at the beginning, you have to have a purpose for it. And
Yeah,
it's like when you tell your children how important education is, and if they buy into that, you know, it it's what the money is for. It's the purpose that's behind it that makes it valuable to save and to use wisely. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as I said, this new thing now within some of the not younger, teenagers and early 20s, they are so lost, have no purpose, we're blowing every which way. So they're doing this doom buying. That's what it's called, doom purchasing.
Mhm.
It's they don't care. It's hand to mouth every day. They have a little bit of money, they spend it, and it's not on drugs or anything like that. It's not
No.
that they're drug addicts or anything. It's not that. It's just that they don't have a plan for it. You know, if you're saving to buy a house or something, how you're going to be careful. You're going to watch the meals you eat. I hear children, young people talk about eating ramen all through university. Even doctors now, I hear them online talking about how this doctor, she's new and she's just a wealth of information. She's called the immune doctor and she's very good. I watch her all the time. But she talks about how many years she ate ramen, she and her colleagues, because they wanted a doctor's degree.
There
And
you go.
now she has it. So if you tell your children that they, as Sister Mundih is always saying, you came with greatness, but it has to be paid for, right? You need to get the proper education. Look at what Al is doing, right?
Yep.
He's studying and coming on and getting jobs and going back. If you have a purpose, like anything else, money will be a ticket to that end goal. It's not because money is, as I said, to be loved or worshipped. It's a tool, a vehicle, a resource. That's all it is.
These kids are doing that because they did not have proper training. We can't take that responsibility. And some kids, the parents are not even there. They are no more. And we're not blaming anybody here because
no, we're not.
The parents are busy working just to put food on the table, and then the kids are not taken care of. I am guilty of that because it came a time where I could not keep paying for daycare for my son. He was I think 7 or 8 years old, where I could leave him alone for about 4 hours, but most of the time more than 4. And my son understands because I taught him. He said, Mommy, you know by law I'm supposed to stay only for 4 hours. I'm fine, but I just want you to know. I say, okay, Daddy, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Here, let us make the effort, and One Global Movement is here so that we can keep teaching these things, and let us help our children and our families to anchor themselves to things that are productive, purposeful. One Global Movement is here for everyone. It's not just for us. We are here as servants. So let children go here and learn and ask questions. And because things are changing all the time, they can ask, they can pose a question, they can let you know. We can talk about those things, or you can come and talk about these things, how they appear in your community. But the thing is, with everything in life, start early, from day one. Day one. What do you want for your child when that child is taken from the mother's womb and placed in your hands? What are you telling that child at that particular moment? Even before that moment, what were you telling the child in the womb? Yes. And that is exactly what that child is going to take. And then you keep fixing it and working with the child, but make sure you're doing it. Don't be a hypocrite. Like one time my son said, Mommy, I think
you're not doing it, right?
Right now. I said, what did I do? I said, you have to do this, but you're doing it.
You're not doing it. Yes, you have to do it. You hit a nail on the head there. And this is why our ancestors were always praying blessings over us, right? This is what they did. And even some of the names they gave you said something about what you were going to be. And that is in the Bible as well. The biblical families, those families, they were very, very guarded about who got the blessings, the first son and the blah, blah, blah. But they were very serious about those things. Your blessing was a very important thing, the blessings spread over you.
It just struck on something that I was thinking that we have to talk about. Naming children.
Yes, very important. Very important.
Naming ceremony in my culture. My name carries a lot of meaning.
It means something, yeah.
That's why I like to be called Mundih instead of
Mundih.
Yvonne.
I know. So I call you Mundih.
My mom, why did you take that French name and give it to me? For what? What for? What does it mean? So yes. So we're going to talk about Sister Yvonne or Sister Melanie. We coin a topic and talk about naming a child. Because when they name you after somebody, a lot of things come into place. Like you talk about our ancestors, a lot of things come into place. So much so that, and even God says it, if you place emphasis on something. You have
Yes.
purpose in something. What you call that thing, that's exactly what is going to manifest.
Absolutely.
If you see
Absolutely.
the names in my family, exactly, I'm like, whoa. And then sometimes you even look like the person. I'm
You
like,
look,
you behave like the person.
I love that. Yes.
But that's why Jabez asked to have
Yes.
that
Enlarge
business,
his
because
territory,
Jabez
right?
is like a jackknife. It cuts.
Yes.
You know, who wants to have a name Jabez? So that's why he asked him to have mercy and to bless him.
So
The thing I noticed. Oh, sorry, I thought you were done.
go ahead.
I know my two things. To encourage younger people. My parents, my mom especially. It's always the lady. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, men and guys who are in the audience,
Watch
but yeah, most
Watch
times,
Mr. John. He's going to come
right.
after you.
So when we were younger, very young in primary school, my mom
Yes.
opened. There used to be a man, Mr. Elwin. Oh, that man was such a respectable man. Opened up a small credit union in the village, and
Yes.
every one of us had a credit union book, a local credit union book, and she would
Mm.
say it was pennies at the time. And that credit union book followed me to now. I still have my credit. I brought it here with me when I came up. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But I went home and I used some of the money
Yes,
because,
of course you
but
did.
she was encouraging us from pennies, save the pennies. And then it was on that little book.
While you
And
guys,
that,
let me bring one of the piggy banks here.
She's going to bring one of her.
yeah, yeah. I have one too. My son, I had one, but I emptied it out. But my son from young too, he has the maple leaf teddy bears. It
Yes, yes,
starts with the pennies. When people got rid of the pennies, do you know
yes.
these pennies will worth something for copper because they're in need of copper?
They are. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I told him, don't get rid of it. It's heavy, filled to the brim. I said, keep that. That's an investment right there.
Absolutely. They're
Fill the
going to be calling
penny.
for that. Yeah, they're going to be calling for that in a little while, the copper, because
Yes.
you don't see those anymore. And I mean, the other day I saw a penny, but it wasn't made from copper. It was a fake light thing. So it wasn't.
Oh,
So
those.
those
Yeah.
ones that you have are going to be very, very valuable when they start saying, please bring in your, you know, make
Exactly.
sure that they give him the right amount of money for his, don't jip him as they want to do.
Yes. When we are
Oh,
talking,
oh my
Oh
God.
my God, I'm gonna get my.
talking
Look at the
example,
size of look at the size of
see,
oh,
there
that's
are so many
cute.
of them, different colors. Okay,
Yes.
okay. And then this one is big, you see?
That
It
is
just
so
got
cute.
empty, it was full. And then now I graduated from those ones. Now I bought this from the store, you see? There's, yes. What is
Oh,
full
that
is a lot of money. So let us not let us not ignore this. We need to do this for our children. You don't have to go and buy a piggy bank from the store. You
no,
can
you don't.
create your own. You and
You
your child
can.
can create a piggy bank out of you
Absolutely.
But
Yes.
or
Yes.
out of materials at
Yes.
home. Okay.
See.
he didn't want me. He didn't want me to share it. It's okay. He has
No,
to finish
no, he
it.
doesn't want you to
Only
take the
one.
blessings
It's
off
okay.
it.
Oh, your son wanted this.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't want to show his. Yes.
That's okay.
Oh boy.
It is really so important that we start very young, but we have to be doing these things instead of just not wanting to do it. And one thing that I was going to say about the piggy bank thing is business. Let your children establish a business at very young, from a very young age. Go to the
Yes.
Secretary of State. For us here is the Secretary of State. You go there and you establish a business.
Mhm.
Yes. So they
Even a lemonade stand is a business. You know that, right?
Mm.
It is.
yes, of course. My son used to, they come in a group with girls and boys that they sold lemonade.
Yes,
So it's a good thing.
absolutely.
And even donuts,
Yes.
real donuts that you
Yeah.
don't put too much salt in it. You can do that. We can do a lot of
Whatever you
things.
find to do it with excellency, and that's what it matters because
Don't
it's a
wait until
learning.
I'm ready. Oh, I'm not ready. You are ready. We are ready right now. Do it and fail your way to success. Because if you don't
Yeah.
do it, you're not going to fail. You're not going to learn. Failure
Yes.
is part of it. Embrace it and keep moving. If you fail, that means okay. What could I have done better? Then you keep doing that. I've fallen a lot of times, but I'm not giving up because life is risky. We're talking here. You can bite your tongue. You're chewing food. You can bite your tongue or whatever. So we have to do it, but when you do it with a focused mind and with an intention, what is your intention for that thing?
Yes.
You will
Yes.
succeed no matter what. So here in One Global Movement, we're going to be writing a lot of campaigns like education and training programs that we're going to be helping these children, like create a money mentor. We talk about access to resources. How can we get these young people access to resources? We can distribute piggy banks. We can distribute financial toolkits, right? We can distribute it, and then a planner. Rating the One Global Movement, we can do those things, and then, or we can do it in a downloadable PDF, because we are now in the digital world, the high technology world. We can do
Yes,
that.
we are.
And then we can also partner with banks and financial institutions, good ones, especially credit unions, create partnerships to offer young women free, well, young people in general, but we're talking about women mostly, women free or discounted services like setting up a savings account. Like what we're going to do with the chicken, 5 chicks per child program, that's one of it. These kids, they come and see how they're taking care of those chickens. You can't play with their chickens. You because they know that money is going to come out of it. And then awareness campaign. We can carry out awareness campaign to launch financial freedom, like financial freedom starts here.
Here.
Just like the topic, financial freedom starts here campaign. We share inspirational stories, short videos, and graphics across social media platforms about young women really achieving financial independence and freedom, and all children in general, both all young people. But let's start small, and then ambassador program. We have ambassadors. We can train these young ambassadors on financial literacy, and then they can also start educating others. Imagine a little child educating another person. They are educating me, an adult. Imagine what they're going to be doing to another. So we could create those programs here, my sisters. You guys will remind us. We create this kind of program that a child will come and teach that financial literacy, and then we support. But before we do that, we can buy these piggy banks and label it with One Global Movement and distribute it in homes around us. You can take 5, you can take 5, I take 5. We distribute these things, and you can't touch it. Just keep the money there. When it's full, then we can do something else,
Yeah.
There is we can use also there's money, and you talk about the coupons, and that I was about to bring it up. So Sister Yvonne, you know about Canadian Tire. Sister Yvonne Mundih is in the States, maybe have something similar. So when you buy from Canadian Tire, you get back Canadian Tire, like the money, you get back those money. It's not equivalent to the actual.
No, it's a kind of a coupon,
right?
yeah.
But then that can be bottled up as well. Bottled up or canned up, and then you have a certain money. If you want to buy something at that store, then you have that. So that's another way of like budgeting. I love showing the Canadian Tire money when I'm just giving it an example, but there's other places. You're going to pay that amount, but then you have such a discount, whether it's $15 off. Who doesn't want that?
Coupons,
And I would like you guys to brainstorm. We can make like t-shirts, of course, but then have our own One Global Movement bag. Let it have a different kind of shape and a beautiful color that we can sell to raise money, and all of those things. So we come out with those ideas, but let's get a little bit of money. We start with a t-shirt, just 25 t-shirts we sell, and then we upgrade, and then we keep doing that while we're doing other things, because this money, they need it. No matter what we're doing here, if that money is not there to drive this kind of financial freedom, there is nothing that we can do. We'll just be talking,
Yeah, it's not there yet.
And so I drew a 12-month plan, which we will use later on, like One Global Movement 12-month action plan for financial freedom.
There you go.
So, phase 1, foundation and preparation, which is the first to the 3rd month. What are they thinking? What can they do? We put it together, like we started with the 5 chicks per child. We did it for months before we finally started. And then you go to like phase 2, curriculum development. We develop, what is the curriculum? What are they going to do? We do
Yeah.
that, and that would take another few months. And then you talk about month 3, launch announcement and early recruitment. All of
Ah,
these things, when we do this, kids that come out of school, they know that, oh, if I do this with One Global Movement, I'm going to get paid. They'll be motivated before they start looking for jobs. That way we are securing them jobs, because a lot of times we come out of school, the jobs are not there, right?
yes,
Kids go
yes.
into ventures that they never went to school for because those jobs are not there. Then we can also liaise with big companies globally to serve these children. They know that we are One Global Movement. We want to secure jobs for our children worldwide. People will be so happy with that. So
They
very
will.
get them in
Exactly.
banks. They work in the bank and know how to manage those money.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of great things that we can do here. But I'm really happy for this topic that you chose. Thank you so much for that.
Or
Thank you.
another thing, a receipt, a kid receiving a little certificate. I said that before, way back in Roblin Live. I'm
Uh-huh.
bringing it back again. A little certificate, meaning a gift certificate on their studies. Like you wrap it up for them.
Mhm.
You can put it in a bottle or maybe several, like 3 months worth of whatever study they are taking. But we don't want it to be so expensive because it's not only about one kid.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Something like to put towards their studies. Who
Mhm.
wouldn't like, the kid would love that, or whatever they want to buy with it for school. We just educate them until they make good use of it, or put it towards their savings. It would
Mhm.
have been a good gesture.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. And
Yes.
talking about certification, when a child receives a certificate from One Global Movement 2 for something that they have done, you're building their portfolio in the world already. They will know that this organization recognize, because this is a world organization. They
Mhm.
recognize people doing this. I sent my son a certificate. I bought a frame, and I really wrote it. I wrote it myself, and I signed, and I put it in a frame, and I mail it to him.
Yeah.
So these kind of things are very good. Even instead of just giving money, take this is money for this is money for this. We give them that kind of gift that will last for posterity. This is so important. So a lot of great ideas, but when the resources are here, we start with one and then we expand to the
Yeah.
rest of the things, and then we
The,
take money and use it with whatever thing we are doing.
the certificate I was talking about, Sister Yvonne, what you're saying is good, but it's a gift certificate
Uh-huh.
towards their studies, towards whatever they want to do as a student,
It's just like
you
scholarship.
know.
Yes,
Whether
yes.
it's well, there's a scholarship which is a big amount, but the gift certificate can be a small
That's all.
grant, a
Yes.
small
Yes.
grant in the
Yes,
form of
maybe $50, maybe 25,
or
maybe
100 or
$100.
something. And
Yes.
give
Yes.
it- Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not the amount though. It's just the validation and the
suggest.
empowerment,
Yeah,
because just letting them know that you know what they're doing, you appreciate them, you acknowledge them, because that's another thing that is lacking in this world. People
yes,
don't feel seen. They don't feel appreciated, and this is why
exactly.
I'm saying that these young people some of them are making money, but they're not doing anything with it. They're just spending it like they're dying tomorrow. No
They
future, no plan.
on Shein buying fancy clothes. Shein is the one of those
Yes,
go-to
yes,
online
yes,
store for young
yes,
people.
yes,
The
yes.
big bulge eyelashes, the
Yeah.
contacts, lenses.
And when you can't even see well.
Especially,
Oh.
They can,
our, yes, yeah.
No, you're saying especially because you see them. Go see those that are buying. Not
I don't
especially.
care. I don't care about that. We should not be doing that because we have bigger things to accomplish. That's what
Nobody
I'm
should be
saying.
doing it because you say
ex-
it because you are that. But the other people are saying, especially us too.
Yeah, yeah. Well, something we can't control. We can't control what everybody does, but our own kids, we should
Yes.
set better examples for them and tell them that they have a bigger purpose. And foolishness like that doesn't
And,
accomplish
and,
it.
and let us discuss these things with you talking with your child. Don't impose. I saw a lot of time I have to think before I say
Yes.
something.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
But sometimes that mom spirit kicks in. You say something.
Yes.
So I always try to like when my son he's going to come home next month. We're going to say, okay, what are we going to achieve for these 3 months? We'll put them like on a run list, and then we
Yep.
go there like a bucket list. Then we go there,
Hmm.
we pick which
Very
one,
good. Yep.
and then we start doing that. Then he knows he's in charge, and
yeah,
we have a board in the house where you have to put your schedule there, what you're going to do, and make sure you're communicating. Because if I ever there was a time that I left home without telling my son, and I went to work.
Mm,
My
mm.
son called. He was restless. He came back from school. He called. No, and then my colleague started tracking me down. Say, Yvonne, call that child. That
Oh,
so that is to say, put your schedule on the home schedule so that we know that way you are making sure that every family member is safe. You know what they are doing, where they are. It doesn't
true.
matter whether they are visiting friends. You're not monitoring somebody. We all
Mm.
are adults, but that is how families have to coexist together. When you
Yeah.
do this, these children, they will be so apt to tell you about anything, including their private parts. They will even something is wrong around their private area. They show
Yes,
you. They
yes, yes,
Because I'm saying it from experience. My
yeah.
brother does that. My son does that. You know, yes. So let us start very
It's
young.
just about the relationship, right? And it's our job to make sure that that relationship is really, really tight, because the world is not friendly sometimes, and we
No, it's
need,
not.
yeah, we need to be sure that we are accessible to them and vice versa, because they count on us for that stability. And if we have it, sometimes the parents are not there, as you just said at the beginning, sister. But if we're there, make sure that these young people are our priority.
Yes, certainly. Thank you so
And,
much. This
and
was
we, I want to close by saying we can share little jokes about ourselves to them as examples, so they
There you
will take
go.
that. When I talk
Yeah.
about the eyelash, it's real because one day I try buying to go to a New Year's Eve thing in our church. So, but they still a party in the church. They play songs, we dance. But
Yeah, yeah, I know
um,
what you mean.
so I went to buy this little English, whatever, eyelash. And I play fresh. I don't know how to apply eyelash. I don't like those things because I have sensitive eyes. And I went and I carefully put the glue and stick it on. So whilst on the dance floor in the church hall, I'm feeling something. I'm
Tickling your
feeling something
face.
butter in my eye. So I go to my friend. I don't know. I'm coming. One second. One second. I couldn't. I hustle myself to the washroom. I look. One of the eyelashes way down here, and the
wow.
other one is way up there. So I stood up and I just chop it up. I was looking to see who was coming behind me. So I share
Uh,
that joke with young people, and they laugh at it because
Yeah.
these things
uh,
can be harmful. I mean, yes, it's true they want to look, but we are buying them for what though? When we
Yeah.
have those.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
so I share jokes when it comes to
Yeah.
we can't be too tight all the time. We have to let loose.
no,
So
no,
Yes.
no.
Yes.
It's a
yeah.
relationship, and it has all parts of
We
it, the
gotta
good,
play.
the
All
serious.
play without
Yeah,
work.
no, we can't do
Yes.
that. So
All work
yes,
without play makes Jack a dull
like a
boy.
very
Yeah.
dull boy. We don't want to be
Sometimes I
dull
play with
for our
my son, but
children.
he's too powerful. I say, hey, please, no. You have much more than me. Just slow down. That's okay. Thank you for sharing that. And
Okay,
thank
yes.
you. I'm going to go through this because I really don't feel uh
Yeah, I know you're not feeling. You're feeling a
I'm
bit
not
under the
feeling
weather. Go on,
yeah.
go and
So
get some rest.
thank you,
Yes.
Deblina. Thank you, Sir Deepak Dash. Thank you to our managing director, Mr. Barilla. We appreciate you.
Amen.
I'm going down. Thank you to Jaymano Hussein. How are you, sir? Thank you for joining us here today. Be sure to subscribe. And thank you, sis, for putting this. Um, that's our Facebook page link, please. If you want to like and follow us, you will be helping our children. Thank you. And we
Yes.
have Sister Sharon Bali who pushed me here. Thank you for being with us again today. We appreciate you. We have Roaze Hap. How are you, sir? Thank you. And let's go down here. We have our brother, Shriji Jana. How are you? Thank you so much for being with us here again today. And let's go down here.
Sister Clover Kelly.
Okay, Sister Clover Kelly, how are you? Thank you so much for joining us here today. We highly appreciate you. And then we have Sir Ashok Kumar. Thank you, sir, for always being here for children. We appreciate you. Sir Abdul Sattar, how are you? Thank you for being with us today as well. And let's go down here. We have, I already talked about the Blina.
Yes, you.
Okay.
I think the
Uh,
next person is Sunil Dharnakar.
okay.
Yes. Yep.
Sunil, how are you? Thank you so much, sir, for supporting your children here today. We highly appreciate you. And of course, we always get a happy birthday from Sister Sharon whenever she's here. Thank you so much. Happy birthday to all the April children. Thank you. And then let's go down. Mostly our regulars. Today we have Jamuna Das. How are you? Thank you so much, ma'am, for being with us here today. We highly appreciate you for joining us. Did I call Sir Abdul Sattar?
Yes.
Yes, you did.
Oh,
The next one is Harsh later.
Hash later Topo. We miss
Yes.
you. Thank you so much for joining us, ma'am. We highly appreciate your support for children. And okay.
I'm not sure if it's Sister
Surrender
Rose.
Singh. Surrender Singh Pong. How are you? Thank you so much for supporting children here today. We highly appreciate you. And Sister Nancy, how are you? Thank you for always being here for our children. We appreciate you. And then I will read this from Sister Kelly. Children are an heritage of the Lord. Every child is born in this world for a purpose, and it is our responsibility to protect and provide and care for them. Certainly, certainly.
Yep.
Thank you so much. That is our assignment, and we must do it. It's a must.
Yes.
There's no choice around that.
Yes, it's a quote I have at the top of the mission here statement here. Every now and then I read it because it's very perfect for what we do. Yeah.
Yep. Thank you so much, Sister Kelly. We have Rose Mott Habi. How are you, Sister Rose? Thank you so much for being with us here today. South Africa in the house. Wow. From the sunny Pretoria. Thank you so much.
Like Brother Levi.
We appreciate you. You and Brother
Amen.
Levi. Thank you. And then we have Dalim Roy. How are you, sir? Thank you for supporting us here today. And the children, we love you. And let's go down here. And we
Next person.
have Sir Katik. How are you? Thank you so much for supporting children here today. We highly appreciate you. And there goes the link again. We really encourage people to share this link. Maybe you just take on a challenge and say, I am going to have 10, 15, 20 people like and follow this link because it's going to help children. Please, that is something that you can do. Or you can also help people to sign up for our Facebook page, subscribe, and then so that they can go there and anchor themselves and their families with what we are doing, because all of these things is a discussion. Nothing is permanent, and it's not one size fits all. Because when they watch, they can say things according to how it affects the environment or how things are being done in their culture. Then we can discuss these things, because this is the way children can grow. When we discuss things from different angles, because we cannot say it has to be only the way that three of us are doing here. No, it cannot be that way. So, yeah, so we encourage people to do that. And Rose says, may the Lord continue pouring blessings upon blessings to our sisters here. They outsmart themselves by imparting knowledge to all of us. They are just smart. Thank you so
Thank you, sister. That's nice.
much. And then Sister Sharon says, you should always practice what you preach. Children are always listening and watching
Yes,
us.
they are.
They are all the time, all the time. We have our beautiful little girl, Otampa Pri. Thank you so much for joining us here. We highly appreciate you. Sorry, I don't want to. I'm feeling nauseated a lot. I think I should go.
Oh, okay. Well, finish up, sister.
I'm feeling nauseated.
Yeah.
So we have Yusuf Adu. Thank you so much for being with us here, sir. We highly appreciate you for supporting children worldwide. And I think that will be it. Thank you. Just give a closing remark. Let's go. Thank you.
So I just want to reiterate that money is not something to worship. It's not something to hate. It's a tool. And just like what this woman said, the American financial advisor, she says, owning your power means taking responsibility for your life and making smart choices, especially with your money, because of what it does, not because you can afford it or anything like that. It's for looking after yourself, for helping others, building the kingdom, as we said before. So that's it.
Thank you so much, everyone. We'll see you on Friday, and you have a good rest of your day or have a peaceful night. Until Friday, we love you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye for
Thank
now.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Bye.
sisters. Goodbye,
Thank
everybody.
you, sister. Bye.
Bye.